moment by moment, we are creating our unique individual world with our thoughts. You are the master of your creation. Well, maybe not all by yourself. I mean, you are a part of a huge consensus reality, a conditional world, a programmed world. So you are programmed in lots of ways, conditioned in lots of ways. But to empower you, to put you in charge of your, can we say, mini universe, to put you in charge of that is to say that you are the master of your world, of your universe, of your realm. And it is the thoughts that you have, the thinking, how you are thinking, how you think, what you think of, the thoughts that you hold within your consciousness. That is the creating matrix of your existence. One doesn't think about that very much. We don't think about how powerful our thoughts are, how our thinking affects our life. You can imagine that how a person that lives in constant fear, what they are doing to themselves, not to blame them, but how they are, it's like one is leaving their front door open to invite thieves in. Say, here, my door is open and here's all my treasures, come in and take them. You see, that is what thinking is like, what fear is like. So, to be mindful of one's thinking, how one thinks, what one fears, what one wants, to be mindful of our thoughts. How do you think? What do you think? What are you thinking of? As a young person, something happens and your mom might say, "What were you thinking of?" You heard that before? You've had that happen? What were you thinking of? You did something foolish? Well, I wasn't thinking, How did I know that would happen? Well, you know now it happens, don't you? Well, yeah, it was quite an experience. No one told me that could happen. Well, you know now. We learn so much of the stuff that we know now the hard way, by experience. But our thoughts create. And so to be mindful of how we think. It's different than what were you thinking, you see. It is how you think. What do you think? How do you think about things around you? How do you think from within your own self? Because you are the creator of your existence. Maybe not all by yourself, because there are lots of conditions and beliefs and concepts around you that are assisting you, but also you are to take the reins, the control of your life, and you are to become the master of your fate and to become the master thinker of your life, if you wish, and to realize that how you think, so it will be. That's a very important thing to come to this awareness, to be aware that you are creating your life moment by moment through the way you think about things, how you think about them, what you think about them, and also importantly, what you allow into your thought process. Because around us all the time are these broadcasting information things, news, and especially right now, all the political things. There is so diverse things, this, that, the other thing, this is happening, that is happening, this is right, that's right. You never see a politician get up and say, well, I'm wrong, don't listen to me, do they? They say, I'm right, they're wrong. Everybody, it's always they is wrong. It's they is wrong. Not me, I'm not wrong, I'm right. And everyone you hear, I'm right, they're wrong. And so we have this food coming as supposedly as thought coming to us. But actually, it's lies coming to us, masquerading as truth, trying to get us to accept it as thought, that we would program ourselves on as truth and to implement our own being, our own self, to follow this course as the truth and to be this and to actually to create this as a truth, as a way of being. And can you imagine what could be happened to us if we would do that? Just to think about if for a moment that we would allow ourselves to allow that outside force to dictate how we would, within ourselves, create that thing that a person is saying. Just look at the weather. How one is saying, it doesn't matter what you do in the environment. It doesn't matter. If we allow that kind of nonsense to keep going, what's going to happen more than already has happened? If we allow that kind of thinking to continue, what is going to happen to the mother, to the earth? What will happen? What is already we can see is happened already. If we allow that thinking to continue, it keeps manifesting, keeps happening more and more. And the more people that thinks that, the more it happens. So we're seeing the consequences of the general processes of thinking. And that's just the general. We're talking now about the individual thinking, the you thinker. See, the you thinker, what you think. It is important as you, the I thinker. I think, therefore I am. You see, I think, therefore I am. My thought creates my actuality, my reality, my living being expression. My thought is my amness, my isness, my beingness. My thought, how I think, creates me moment by moment. And so, when one embraces that kind of power of the true self, the I am, the consciousness, that thought process moves into empowerment that begins to literally recreate one's whole life force being body, being mind, being soul, spirit, consciousness, whatever one wishes to call that force that is really unnameable, but permeates the whole of one's sphere of existence. And so in that one begins to live in a way that is so beyond what can be imagined within one's limited consciousness. It's like the limited consciousness is contained by consensus reality, beliefs, superstition, religions, all that other stuff from the outside. And you are not from the outside. You are an inside the job. You are an inside job. You are inside, not outside. And the outside cannot dictate who or how or when you will be. It is up to you as your thoughts be revealing, as your thinking is revealing, as so you say unto yourself, so shall you be, as you said unto yourself. And if you say it unto yourself, it will surely be as you have said it unto yourself. Absolutely. Now that's a very powerful thing. You don't use it haphazardly. You use it with a force of knowing, from the place of feeling knowing, when you are exactly true unto yourself, knowing who you are. Now, the intellect says, who am I? Who am I? Well, who are you? Who does the thought know? What does the thought reveal to you who you are? I think, therefore I am. You see? I think. You are the thinker. I think, therefore I am. I am that which has thought. The thought has brought forth the I am, this consciousness. And therefore the thought has created the creating thought of I am, this consciousness. And therefore the all-powerful thought. You see how powerful the thought is, as to actually have created this whole manifestation of this life force. A thought, a single thought. It has been said that all of creation existed as a thought in the mind of the infinite. As a thought. Can you imagine how powerful of a thought that is? Whether you believe or not, I don't care. I exist as a thought in my mind. Ishvara exists as a thought in this mind. And from that point is created in the whole of this existence and continues to recreate itself continuously as long as it serves a purpose. And when it no longer serves a purpose, it will cease to exist. And then you will wonder, what happened to that thought that was Ishvara? The thought. The thought may live on in the minds of those who can think that thought continuously. And that remains to be seen. But for now, for this moment, this thought holds this in place. This thinker holds this thought in place. And so, therefore, you hold yourself in place also. And to be aware of that, to be how powerful that thought that you are holds, and begin to use that thinking that you are, that ability to think, to create all of what you are to recreate in the image of what you can imagine, what you can hold for yourself in wholeness and completeness, in all that you can imagine, actually. Unlimited, all powerful, within the constraints of what is within your, what do you say, is dominion, dimensions, abilities to envision within your thought what's possible for you as a unique expression of the new human and the new consciousness. It's all there. It's all right there. It's like this seed thought that exists within the core of the Ramasat of your being, waiting to be opened and blossomed for you. See? Waiting to be opened and blossomed. Waiting for this moment of recognition. Say, yes, here it is, waiting. Like a seed thought, actually, yeah, like a seed thought, coming out, waiting. It takes courage to think the thought of awakening and liberation from the enslavement of consensus reality beliefs and concepts. It takes courage. But you know what? Courage is also a thought. Courage is also a thought. When you think about it, everything is a thought. So the whole world is a thought. And you become the master of thought. You become the master of thought. Use your thoughts wisely. Use them with discernment. And use them with compassion and love. That's the best advice that I can give you.